Hey Luke, so now I'm looking at your navigation bar assignment and we're running into some issues with your links not working here. So most of these buttons aren't working, but I think it's your current one that does. But then from this page, a lot of your links aren't working as well. Oh, that one did. So your preschool one on your current page worked. All right, so let's kind of dig into Blue Griffin and see where we're going wrong. Okay, so looking at your index page, if we go into your source code and find the code for your infant button, so here's the line of code that has the infant button image and then the link attached to it. So you'll see here, kind of like the image issue with your file path in the last video I made you. I think this is that make URL relative to page location checkbox that you need to check in order to get these links to work correctly. So if we go up to back into your WYSIWYG view, click on your infant button, and we say insert link, and if we navigate to your correct infant page, I think it's this one, and then this box must be checked. So you'll notice that looks very similar to the file path we just saw in your code, but if we check that box, make URL relative to page location, that's what we need in order to get this to work once you kind of send it off. So again, it might work like on your computer, but we need it to work on not just your computer. So, and you'll notice here now that line of code is a lot more clean with where we're going with that link here. So if we go back into WYSIWYG view, let's save that, preview in a browser. And so when we click on that infant button, now it's going to my infant page. So that seems to be the issue with most of your buttons here, is that, oh, and your preschool one worked. So that one you must have checked the box. Elementary page must check the box. You might have to replace some of these buttons. They're not coming through correctly. So this is your elementary page. Let's check that out real quick because I did notice that on your elementary page you've got a couple images not showing up here. So if we scroll down, here's the, again, this is a link reference that you're going to need to fix. Which buttons weren't showing up? Preschool, so this would have been elementary and middle school buttons are not showing up. So yeah, it looks like this is where your middle school button or elementary button should be. But again, we're running into that issue with all of that extra code, so you need to check that make URL relative box. And all right, so that's the image code, and I don't see the reference code with that button either. So I think, and same with your middle school button. So what that's going to take, again, is just placing those images. So go in your buttons folder, and we're looking for elementary button. Make sure that box is checked. And then linking this, finding the correct elementary page. And always, again, that checkbox I think is key to why a lot of your buttons aren't working at the moment. So now if we go into browser mode and preview this, oh, and that was already our elementary page. But you'll have to do that same thing with the middle school. buttons. So again, most of the issues, it looks like, with all of your buttons is that make URL relative checkbox. Let's see what's going on with this home button here. And so again, with this one looks like you're linking to index.html.html. So somehow you got an extra, or maybe you were trying to link to the wrong one, because you've got a couple index files in here. So just with that, make sure you're linking to the right one. And again, making sure that you are putting in the image and checking that make URL relative to get rid of all of this extra code that keeps it from working correctly. Okay, so that's going to be the big fix on all your buttons, is fixing that when you're linking to the pages. I'll just show you one more time here. So I'm linking to the preschool page with this one. Make URL relative. So again, that keeps it from doing this big long code that would make it work on your computer but no one else's. So that's why we check that box so that when we zip that folder and submit it, it works on all computers. All right, so you're going to want to just go through and do that to all of your buttons, because again, when I was navigating through, it looks like most of them don't work. So on each of your pages, go through and just relink them and make sure that box is checked, and then you should be good to go.